Good morning from a very, very construction-packed Buddhism station. It is August 30th, 2024, and as you can probably hear from that announcement out there, the new extension over to Lynnwood City Center is opening today, and I am hell-bent on experiencing the first trip and doing what I did for the two-month video, which is linked in that corner, if I manage to do it correctly. But enough after about. It's time for us to get up to Lynnwood City Center. A full couple hours before it's supposed to open. To get up to Lynnwood, I'm gonna go use the old way of getting up there before this newfangled light rail opens. Aided by this broken screen, I'm gonna go take the 512 up to Lynnwood. Wait, no. Aided by this broken screen, I'm gonna go take the 512 up to Northgate. Oh, come on. Aided by this broken screen, I'm gonna go take the one line up to Northgate and then the 512 up to Lynnwood City Center. Okay. Third time's the charm, isn't it?
This is the one line to Northgate.
Probably one of the last times we'll be hearing that for a while. Nice going, Sound Transit, with your broken screens on the 2021 extension. Anyway,
Northgate.
I think tonight would be a better time for me to play the Bunchy game because last time I played it, I got crowded out of the train. I keep referencing old videos in this one. Don't know if it'll be a thing. Well, here we are, Northgate Station. The 3-year terminus of the one line will now just be an intermediate stop in about a couple hours, or in about 30 minutes, depending on how badly I edit these videos. Whatevs. Time to catch the 512 and be on a decker. Hey, so remember when one of these escalators broke literally 5 hours after the 2-line opened? Deja vu all over again, ain't it? And it looks like people are setting up barriers for what may be the quote-unquote first train. It's a little complicated, so I'll explain more in the post. But in short, there are 3 separate first trains. As I've said earlier, there are 3 different first trains that are on the table for today's opening. So the first train is the 11:30 from Angle Lake, which gets to Northgate at about 12:20. That is officially the first train northbound, stopping at all stations. The next possible train is the Dignitaries' first train, which the general public can also ride in other cars on, at about 12:15 from Lynnwood City Center. That's what most people at the event deemed to be the first train. However, I checked the timetable and I saw there was a secret third option. There was a train departing at 12:12 from Mountlake Terrace. And even though it didn't go all the way on the route, even though it'll turn around at Lynnwood City Center, it's still the first train in service that has gone on Lynnwood Link's rails. Anyway, back to real me when I get on this decker.
Oh look, right as I wasn't looking, the bus came. And of course, buses won't change for another 2 weeks after the opening, so they probably will be changed as this video comes out. Because Sound Transit didn't want Metro or Community Transit to steal their thunder when their new extensions open. And of course, I'll be doing a video on that. Morning.
Morning. 2 hours, the train will be gone.
I know, right? I'm doing the first trip, hopefully. Oh well. No money seen, but not a problem. Good news. Buses paralleling I-5 means that us train clubs can get to laugh at those being stuck in traffic on I-5. Bad news. Before the opening, or with people too stubborn to ride them, you'll see trains whiz past you, and for the next couple of hours, real time, or the next couple of minutes, video time, I'm jealous of the new infrastructure being opened. I am now sad. Well, not exactly sad, but still. Anyway, we stationed here. Shoreline South on 45th Street. There's really no excuse that there's two stations called Shoreline, considering Sound Transit just recovered from U Street, U District, University of Washington debacle by renaming their station Symphony. And with that in a new extension, I don't believe that'll cause any sort of confusion over station names, because you gotta remember, planners should treat the general American public as if they have the knowledge of a peanut. Wow, looks like they've got a welcome party set up. That's nice. With a thank you being said to the bus driver as he is ready to pull out, I am currently wondering how the hell I spend 3 hours. I think I have the answer to that question. I definitely have the answer to that question. Cross the magic ravine into what is opening territory. Lots of people are still getting set up, and instead of what I did last time and pushing South Bellevue's parking garage to the end, I think I might as well start with it for Lynnwood, because it's already been open for several weeks and I just want to get it out of the way. No matter. All right, so when coming here, I managed to pick up a new friend. Yes, they are a musician, and they're releasing their first extended play, is it, or album?
It's an album. Possibly October.
Yeah, and from what I can hear, their music is very good, and you should go check them out. I'll link them in the upper right-hand corner if I'm doing this correctly. Anyway, garage review time. So as you can see, the events are already in full swing. There's a bunch of bike parking. Have fun trying to lift some of your bikes up into the second level.
That would be difficult.
I know, right? And a bunch of people are setting up here. And considering this is the first day of use,
Looks like security's rolling out the big old red carpet because the garage is already going to be pretty packed. There's a, yep, and looks like the first level is fairly full, except for the speakers over here. And of course, the cis men are trying to find their lovely dates. Elevator time. Wait, I pressed down. Oh, it's over here. This elevator bank has a bank of 3 elevators, and I can't be asked to review every single one of them, because this video is already gonna be long as is. Apparently there's a basement here, so let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Considering this elevator has been open for about 2 years, I think it smells pretty nice.
Yeah, surprisingly no one destroyed it after the first few days or so.
Look, South Bellevue's garage was in a similar situation, and still nobody used it. Anyway, here's the basement. ADA parking, still pretty full. Not bad. But
It's about to get extremely bad.
yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank goodness the other stations have parking.
Yeah. Honestly, most of them do not.
Yep.
Even though, I mean, it's not listed officially, but yeah, SeaTac has parking.
Yeah,
It is airport parking, you gotta pay for that, but they got parking nonetheless.
Yes. At least it's not like TransLink where well, it should be like TransLink because every parking lot on TransLink is paid, except for some very, very rural ones. And sometimes it should be like that, but I digress. Anyway, now for an underrated foaming view. 4th floor of the garage. When I first came into this station, fun fact, I stumbled across 3 unhoused people just chilling up here. I just said, I just paid him no mind and bid him adieu when I told him, hey, I'm just a photographer looking for cool spots to fan the extension. And now that it's all officially open, well, almost all officially open, I think this is one of the better views to have of the extension. Anyway, elevator review time. Was pretty good. I'd say a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it the exact same.
Yeah, and this garage, considering this is the intercept point for a while, I think it does have somewhat of a right to exist, but it needs to have more parking gone away.
Yeah.
Why does Sound Transit have to commit to building so much parking? Community Transit's opened a ride store. Looks nice. There's metro schedules here. These metro schedules are mostly, outside of these, irrelevant to community transit. At least they'll be updated in a couple of weeks. Live music for the relatively small crowd that's showing up.
Because this is a transit video first and foremost, and the recording of a very good performance is not the main focus, I decided to record some B-roll of the festivities going around the time of the performance. Enjoy!
workday. I did not expect there to be this many people. Like, this is insane. They've even got there's even the regular transit fans. Andrea, this time I don't have to overdub it. Nico, and some random metro driver named Kamari, who's friends with Andrea.
This mofo drives the 550 and hates it.
Yes. That's an apt way to describe the route for drivers. I just got the joke and I'm ashamed. Speeches are starting soon. Hopefully. It won't last as long as last time, and hopefully I won't have to do a stupid time lapse.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought there'd be some excitement today. Hey, what? Woo! Yeah. Welcome and thank you for all joining me. First things first, though, I just want to welcome Link Light Rail to Snohomish County and Lynnwood City Center. So I'm Snohomish County Executive Dave Summers. I'm reading out here. And
Ubu Salek, Stohobs Chesh, Stohobs Chesh, Stohobs Chesh, to all Chesh Doflela. Good morning. We raise our hands to each and every one of you who are here together for this celebration. We are just a handful of the Tulalip Tribe's Lashutsi Department language teachers. And we thank you for welcoming us here today.
Oh, look at these maroons all queuing up for the first train from Lynnwood. Joke's on them. Going to Mountlake Terrace. Much easier. Look at all these maroons just queuing up for Lynnwood. Going to Mountlake Terrace instead. Probably gonna regret it. They love me. Had to go through the parking garage just for kicks. And nice view of the light rail station. Not so nice view of the restrooms. And not so nice view of the exit that's only there to serve one parking lot. Wait, no, never mind. This exit's nice again. It serves the D bays. I can be dense sometimes. Unfortunately, I still have to take the bus down to Mountlake Terrace, but oh well. It's just one stop anyway. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. I can't wait to get on the railroad. Go ahead. Thank you. Well, here we are, Mountlake Terrace. Just gotta get onto that train, because apparently they're wrapping up speeches over at Lynnwood. I'll miss the ribbon cutting, but whatever. This train's scheduled 4 minutes before, so it'll probably count as first. Of course, already, it's 12:13, and there's already traffic heading northbound. This is why Lynnwood Link is opening now, kids. Also, it's opening so we don't have to do the walk of shame over northbound I-5 when going across to Mountlake Terrace. Because this is a stupid walk. Wow. So nobody knows that this train is actually in revenue service. Sweet bliss. I like crowdedness. Like, I like the two-line starters opening, but sweet bliss. However, I don't like the fact that you have to transfer between the freeway station and the rest of the transit center by one level. Stairs or elevators. Just don't like it. Much less busy here. Wow. Oh? Is he opening it? He's opening it.
A few moments later.
Woo! First tap on, let's go. Where's our train? There's our train. Ah. Beautiful. I am in heaven right now. Now. Where do we go? Is that the question?
Hello.
Hello, another vlogger.
Oh yeah. Gotta document it.
Yes, I'm doing that as well.
Awesome. I love your shirt.
Thank you.
Got some good swag there.
Awesome. Yep, likewise.
Hello.
Smash the like button down below. Let's make us reach 50,000 likes and
Obliterate that notification bell.
oh dear. Yes. Oh yeah, for the record, Lynnwood slammed. First train from Soto, I think also slammed. When I was coming up here to go to Lynnwood, they were placing a queue thing down at Northgate just in case.
We saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
There's signs that are like, if you're going past Northgate Station, you have to board here, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yep.
The lines to get into the Capitol Hill Station opening day of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the funny thing is Northgate Link, because I was on that first train at 4:30 in the morning. There were 100 people out in front of that station. Like it was like.
Why couldn't that be the case for Rapid Ride H or Swift Orange, which I've both done the first trips for? Yeah, Swift Orange, only myself and another FOMO were on board, and there were only two other people, staff members, who were testing the stops. And for Rapid Ride H, it's just regular 120 riders and me and some random other foamer. That's it.
Well, you remember in Swift Orange, they hadn't finished 3 of the stations.
Correct.
Because I got on at Everett, and it's like, where did we board it? Or Ashway, and it's like, I guess we just stand in the street.
Yeah. If you want to see it, click in the upper right corner again. Hey, doors open.
I'm standing at this
The first train deserves to be served. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You gotta get your tea light on.
Yes.
Excited.
Yeah.
Peel all the stickers off. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I can't find my seat though.
Okay. No.
Thank you.
Yes. All of us here in Seattle have to embrace this moment for what it is. A transit opening with very few people on it.
A transit opening in Snohomish County.
Correct.
We are in Snohomish County.
Yes, somehow.
Yeah, the barrier is right here on 204.
We are visitors.
Yeah.
Train in Snohomish County.
Yep.
We're on vacation.
We're on vacation.
Hell yeah.
I took you too.
I think I'm going to be working on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're laboring. That's not allowed.
I'm clearly not working today, so.
Okay, I'm gonna take a B-reel.
Oh!
Saucy.
Unfortunately, I deleted the app because I wasn't doing much on it anymore. Plus, my phone wasn't able to handle it.
It's a terrible app. You want to be like B-reel? You do it. Gotta get behind.
I can't miss this.
I think we made it.
Yeah, we did. Woo!
Can I take a real selfie too? Just
1 minute, one minute, 1 minute.
one that doesn't disappear in a day?
Oh, we're doing real selfie. Okay.
Just me recording.
Hey, turn on the sign. I need a picture.
Oh, I didn't see the sign. Oh, that's good. Mountlake Terrace.
So what's really funny, and Ryan Packer is like one of the few people who also remembers this.
There used to be an infill station.
There is supposed to be an infill station right here, but the numbering is like there will never be an infill station, even though we have gaps for the other proposed infill station. But this one, the old Edmonds mayor, this is just proof that he permanently lost. He's never getting his infill station at Panera.
Al.
Just not happening.
Yep.
So like, what's the walk shed of Lynnwood and Mountlake? Like, if you were exactly in between, like,
so
how far would it be to get to either one of the?
Oh,
it's a jaunt. It's a jaunt.
So his proposal was to put one at like 220th Southwest, I think, which is like right there on the border between Mountlake Terrace and Edmonds. And to be fair, if there wasn't I-5 in the middle of it, it'd be a pretty good idea.
It is now 12:31. What time was it supposed to be?
12:31.
Oh, anytime now.
Yep, any second now. I'm just hearing some radio chatter. Don't worry.
Transit what?
First train going to Ascension. He said, oh, no, a little better in my opinion. I was like,
Who's on the first train? I guess I'll turn it on.
first train going to Ascension.
I already have it on.
How clean is the vehicle stuff?
How clean is the station?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, you're good. You're very much good.
That'd be tricky to time out from angle.
Calico tonight. Lynnwood too.
Or maybe the map's actually.
Nice.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Because they have it set right now.
Place
Because
sold out.
the last train is actually
Good.
pulling in right now from Northgate.
Yes, yeah, our friend just texted.
Yeah, I'm from San Francisco.
And then 10 minutes
came
after
up here
that,
for
we'll leave
this.
the train.
Oh, nice.
Okay. That's a good story.
Yeah, that's a good jaunt.
I came here for line 2, and then I came back for this. Not coming back for the G line.
Hey, you get your back here for the G line.
Hey, buses are important too.
Hey.
Personally, I'm not. I took the 12 this morning, and I took the 11 yesterday, and I'm not so sold on this Madison BRT thing.
Madison BRT is perfect.
If you want to take good BRT in the state of Washington, take City Line.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't want to go to Spokane.
I know, right?
Who wants to go to Spokane?
It's so far in Spokane.
Okay.
Yes.
Spokane is close.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess go see family tonight. Santa Cruz Metro is like doing some good stuff right now. Ever since they brought in the last guy, Michael Tree, he was good, and now they have Corey, or whatever his name is, from Missoula.
Yeah.
Missoula, I think that's a big success story there. What they've done, and Santa Cruz Metro, 15-minute service.
Yeah.
I know.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
One.
Yeah, we
One. Yeah.
The miracle didn't happen. Oh well.
You get the idea.
Why do I always miss the doors closing? Come on.
Beautiful sunny day. We're gonna go to Newman Field. Where's everyone going?
Yes.
I'm here to ride trains.
Redmond Technology.
Oh.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are departing to Lynnwood now.
Oh. Woo!
Lynnwood, are we going to Cheesecake Factory?
Next stop.
I wish.
I am. Great American. Hey, I love Cheesecake Factory. I need a. I only go to restaurants where the menu has a defect.
Oh, we're going across the bridge. There's the bridge.
Ha! Ha!
Get wrecked, traffic. Get wrecked. I know, right?
Cars?
Those plebeians.
Oh, they must feel so stupid seeing this train blast past them.
Yes.
Not using
Wow.
Humiliating.
They're humiliated.
Yes, they must be. Yep.
This is probably one of my favorite. I don't know, the whole new alignment's gonna have nice views.
Yeah.
9 lanes of freeway.
I love that. Yeah. Hey, I said nice views last.
Wait for the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roller coaster.
Whee! Oh god, some of the kids are gonna be insufferable on that.
I think it was the I took down Madison yesterday.
Oh, good views of Colshon. Good views of Colshon from this window.
He was singing. He was talking about how it was.
Darn it, it's dead ahead.
On the 11? Yeah. Oh. So he had a cowboy hat. He was just constantly on the PA singing like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can just move around and oh dear. Yeah.
The 2-line trains, they were like pushing, like, no.
Yeah.
Why is everyone? You're the second person.
Hey! There's the other train.
Yeah, that one just left.
Yeah, that one just left.
Yeah, the first one from Lynnwood was scheduled at 12:38 or whatever.
12:35.
I can't confuse.
Fair. Ah. No.
We're still the first one to leave out in Snohomish County.
Yeah?
Anything that happened is what was supposed to happen.
Oh yeah, like that. Oh yeah, like that one, like the 2-line escalator breaking 5 hours in.
Hey, they're just trying to make the east side feel at home.
Yeah. Yeah, just making the east side feel included. Oh look, the bus bay. All right, how crowded is that platform? This is the train to.
Cheesecake Factory, remember?
Not yet. That's
This is the train to Seattle Bridgeport.
Yeah, you can walk the Oligarch and Red Lobster from here.
Oh my
Slow down, Red Lobster's
God,
not
sick.
that great.
I'm so excited about Red Lobster.
Oh.
Didn't they implode?
Yeah, it was a really crap.
Yeah. Something on shrimp, I think it was.
And there's everyone.
That's how we know it's a transit opening night. The furries are here.
Yep. Yep. 3 furries and a whole lot of foamers.
That's the correct balance.
The furries are also.
Yep. More furries. Woohoo!
I saw some people over here that made church and they're opening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Get in, losers. We're going to Northgate.
Get in. And
No one else.
first trip northbound has been completed. We are back at Lynnwood, transferring to the other side of the train. People, of course, are going to go to car 3. However, I'd rather go to car 1. Much less crowded. Plus, it has all the other foamers in it. So, tit for tat. Let's see if I can surprise them. And here we are. This is why I took the train from Mountlake Terrace.
Yeah, we missed the first one.
Congratulations.
You see, this is why I took the train from Mountlake Terrace.
What's good, Nico? Not Nico, what's good, Theo?
This is the language. There's children on board. We are in car 1, doing the first inbound trip.
You know what? What you guys should do first? This is the second one.
Second inbound. I'm help.
How many KPs did they run out of? Like,
There's 2 sets. There's 2 sets out right now.
And then southbound
At least 2.
Lynnwood City Center. Hell yeah.
It's those guys' first trip.
Next stop, Mountlake Terrace.
Oh God. This is Mountlake Terrace, where I just got on, and it's their first time seeing it. Please stop Fortnite dancing. Yeah. This is Shoreline North 185th. Transfer here for Swift Blue.
Bicycles or strollers.
Also,
Please use the elevator when traveling through the station.
They need to turn down the amounts a bit. The speakers are peaking. And we've got people here.
Oh God.
Wait, so the future exchange for
Wait, real quick. So they are starting at 4.
They're starting at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
That is a whole bag of working cards.
I've already got one.
Ooh, lovely. Ooh, wow, what's this for? What's that? That is for Grand Rapids, Michigan.
North Base, Metro's 3rd best base, second only to East and Bellevue.
They should have done
Shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. You put Bellevue number 1. It's East Base number 1.
This.
That's not a real base.
By the way, East and Bellevue are interchangeable.
No, they're not.
Oh.
That's a figment of your hopes and dreams. There was no 3700 series on the 554 list.
We will be shortly arriving at Shoreline South. All the gaggle of foamers will be leaving. Goodbye, foamers. See you around. Hi, kid. See you around. Oh dear. No, don't worry. Someone did the door glitch. It's fine. Go ahead. See ya.
I am taking this.
The door glitch is press the door clear button at the same time as door open button at the same time as the operator opens the doors. Hi guys, we're passing through 130th Street, which is still being opened. There's a temporary art installation on both platforms. Did you know that? Because I sure didn't.
Nobody didn't tell us until we boarded this train.
Yeah, because the media were actually hush-hush about it.
Yeah. We will possibly be together at the night market.
Maybe. Also, traffic's happening again. I-5 moment.
Sadly, there's still zero incentive to take public transportation on this week.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it did just open 30 minutes ago, and they did start their journeys way before.
Yeah. I got here.
That is correct. Yep. $3 flat fares. Oh look, there's a Cascades Thruway. Over there.
If I can find it, that'd be great. Curse you, it's stuck behind the traffic. I don't like this. If you want more Cascades Thruway information, including the battery electric bus and me getting stranded, upper right corner, please.
Yeah, Northgate. All right, see you.
Goodbye. This is Northgate Station, the old terminus of the 1 line, which I got off at the start of the video. Now, we just gotta wait for the train up north to Lynnwood, or Mountlake Terrace, so I can be one of the first people to do the round trip. Good to know I've got time to wait. Here it is. That's the first ever Revenue Siemens.
Yeah.
Yeah, 201. Oh, nice.
All the way from Bellevue.
Wow.
Yeah, an hour on the 535 is not fun.
Yeah, I've done it before. I don't like it either.
I think I was on the train. On the bus, whatever.
Yeah.
Union, Marks.
Yes.
Where a bunch of it is all runs parallel.
Yeah. To this broadcaster, I am so sorry for ruining your broadcast. Station. So far, first impressions look good, but station reviews will have to wait until this train gets back to Lynnwood City Center. Cool. Wasn't able to record Shoreline because I had an interview with this broadcaster, which I very much enjoyed. And here we are. The first round trip has been completed. And now station reviews are on the way. Oh look, there's Everett Transit. One small merch run later, and we have North Star station review here at the beautiful Lynnwood City Center. For starters, you can rent this if you want to email some random guy on Sound Transit. And there needs to be a better connection between the bus bays and the station. Instead of crossing this main road or going through this side entrance, which will start now. Coming through here are some temporary tables for starters, and over there is the all-new paratransit layover area used by Metro and CT somehow. So looks pretty accessible, though there should probably be like a ramp coming from there to there, so people don't have to wheel all the way around this flat bit. Anyway, like in Lynnwood, these are Sound Transit has a massive art budget, and they use it to their advantage. I am going to go try and find the art credit for every single piece of art that is around here. Anyway, this is a side entrance to Lynnwood with elevators, storage, restrooms with call buttons, and water fountains. So, water fountain review time, baby! Oh, the button's here. What? What? 4 out of 10, really low water pressure. Jesus Christ! That's all.
compensating for something, buddy? No matter. Anyway. This darkened area serves as good refuge in the sun, like the one at Mountlake Terrace. And without further ado, it's time for our first elevator review of the video.
Grand opening.
Woo!
I'm just happy to get the Lynnwood quicker.
Nice. As am I.
Yeah.
Platform level going down.
For some reason, I really like seeing the facade of the station in like this liminal construction kind of way. So, 8 out of 10 for that elevator. There's this small area in the back here with the emergency exit as this train decides to pull out. And there's another foamer there. Hello, other foamer. This is an island platform station, meaning that the platform is in the center, like an island. And the PIMS board is a little messed up because it is showing the train over here on that platform board, implying that the next train out is on that platform, but it's not. It's probably just some opening day bugs. Anyway, over here is some beautiful art by presumably a native artist. I don't know until I see the blackboard. And
That wasn't so bad, huh? No. Right? Yeah, I think the you done the worst. Yeah.
everything seems to look fine. There are some sheltered waiting areas, which probably won't be needed for a while. Art credit plus help point. There are signs that say Lynnwood City Center, even though we are already here at Lynnwood City Center. They should probably get on that. And there's the other entrance exit of Lynnwood City, of the station, going into the main plaza area. And there's the garage that I was at 3 hours ago. But even on opening day, still like 70% full. More sheltered waiting areas so people can relax and chill, maybe charge their devices. That's hopefully a power outlet we can use. I'm not gonna bother. And lots of wayfinding. Lots of updated wayfinding. We'd love to see it.
Anyways, I'm already calling Mama.
Over at the back end of the platform, there's a cross switch and some tail tracks, presumably to be used to store trains overnight or to store trains during off-peak hours. Another emergency telephone, another emergency exits, and some capacity signs. Over there is a great view of 196th and an empty plot of land. They need to put something on that empty plot of land, and certainly it should be housing. There's a great view of the transit center from here.
However, I do have some gripes about bus arrangement, but bus bay arrangements can be easily changed during service changes. So I won't factor it too much into the score. Anyway, there's an elevator to the other end of the platform, car 2, that needs a review. We just gotta wait for it to go up. There it is. Going up pretty slowly.
Surface level going up.
Very quiet, very smooth. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, like the other one. But wait, there's more water fountains and more restrooms. I won't review the restrooms in this video because I'd rather not have Sound Transit security come and open it for me. Anyway, water fountain time. There we go, much more pressure. Overall, a little weird tasting, but still a lot more pressure than the other one. 6 out of 10. Coming through here, there's a level entrance to the parking garage and a kiosk for tickets. There's electrical panels and more art that you've already seen earlier in the video. There's this massive plaza area with a large kiss and ride currently being used for event staging, and a walkway over to the massive intersection by the La Quinta. This plaza looks to be an excellent area to just chill and see just exactly and see like where you are in this station. I don't know what I'm saying, but I digress. Anyway, looks like there's just about everything. Including the funeral up here. And a connection to the trails over there. And with that, I think I'm gonna call this 11-minute shot here. Overall, this is an excellent terminus station. However, I forgot to mention one thing. The means of entrance and exit, I believe, are a little small for a terminus station. There's only 2 ways in, each with only 1 escalator. The previous station, Northgate, had 2 ways in, one with only 1 escalator, but the other one had a full escalator bank and a other massive area. So overall, I'm gonna give the station an 8 out of 10. Onwards and southwards to Mountlake Terrace.
One line to Lynnwood City Center now arriving at southbound platform. Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding.
Haven't noticed
the arrival process of these trains yet, because I've only ever been on the trains themselves. It's my first time seeing them from this station on the platform. One train later, here we are at Mountlake Terrace station. Again, this time for its review.
One line to Lynnwood Link Station, southbound platform in 2
Now,
minutes.
First things first, temporary signage, gotta love it. They need to replace that with something more permanent. That too. But what's less temporary is the waiting area with seats that are admittedly hostile, but they're sheltered, as is the awning over top. Decals are up promoting the new extension, like at every station. And similarly to Lynnwood City Center, there are 2 exits. There was the temporary bus loop that was used when this got reconstructed. Now it's just a nothing. In this area, there's more temporary signage. They should really get on that. And it's been 3 hours, Sound Transit. Maintain your shenanigans. 0 out of 10 for this elevator review. Small area back here where you could wait for trains in peace. And time to go down the stairs because the elevator decided to break as this train enters into Angle Lake. Well, going to Angle Lake anyway. These stairs are dark, but if it's sunny, I believe that's good. And I believe these lights up here will be adequate. However, I can't officially say that these lights will be adequate until they actually turn them on. And oh, looky here, there's actually lights on the side. There's 3 card readers here, one of which is to be blocked by a security guard, because of course. And over here is the info kiosk for the station. Garbage can, 2 benches, and the bus area. So far, looks adequate. Just across the way is a small parking lot with the actual big parking garage on the other side here. Not reviewing that because it opened with the original transit center. Anyway, there's bathrooms here and water fountains. Let's see how these stack up. Tasted a little weird, but maintained the coolness of the water. I'll give them a 6 out of 10. Going around here, you may note that there is a piece of art at this station. And don't know if the camera will pick this up very well, but it encompasses all of the exterior of this station. I, for one, think it's pretty beautiful, and I really do like the colors shown here. Anyway, crossing the station on foot requires you to cross 236th, which isn't the worst road ever, but there's an off-ramp here with very little protection, and quite frankly, I'd rather not take my chances and instead just get up through here. Let's just wait for the cars to cross, shall we? Beautiful mountain view while we're waiting. Perfect. Just down the street over there is transit-oriented development with a pathway from along Van Ree to access it. And here's the other, more secluded entrance to the station with several worker raters, elevators, and a secluded back area over here with no restrooms. But there is a porta potty down here, but it's restricted. Anyway, here's an elevator. That means it's time to review it. Another similarly dark, but soon to be bright entrance area. And of course we missed it. Great. But let's look at some of these info charts. Everything looks good, but for the newer information signs, they're using the old readers for Orca. Not sure if y'all do that. Anyway, these decals look good. Another art credit and fire station info. Love to see it. Oh yeah, here comes the elevator. Perfect timing. As it slows to a halt, and the doors open just before it stops completely. Oh wow, somebody already slotted something in here. That's neat. Once again, it's windowed, and I really do like seeing the interior construction of the station. It's beautiful in its own unique way.
Platform level going down.
That's it. The elevator gets a 7 out of 10. Overall, this was a pretty quick station review because there really isn't much to the station. It's just a exchange point plus a already existing transit hub. However, it's fit for purpose, but there's still a bunch of temp signage they never removed. And I don't think they've even installed permanent signage. So overall, 7 out of 10. Unfortunate because I really do like this station. Here we are, station number 3, Shoreline North. Now, I've said this many times before. I think I've already said this earlier in the video, but it's not a good idea to have your station be named the same thing twice, because let's be real, the general American public, it has a peanut-sized brain. Both pretty good harder now, which means it's time for the review to start. This is your standard 2-platform arrangement, like I've seen at many stations around here. However, there are 4 banks of elevators and a footbridge. and a relatively small parking garage with TOG, which I like. Benches here are only a little hostile, but still hostile nonetheless. And there's a switch here just in case any trains get shenaniganized going from Mountlake Terrace. Anyway, let's start with this elevator, shall we? Oh look, Holland. This is a good transit fanning spot if you were to risk your camera. Just be sure not to lean too far.
Thank you.
No problem. Come on. There we go. At least the doors have windows, but it would be funny just to have elevator windows at the stair level. But oh well, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Another bridge. Now we just gotta hope that the window cleaners are actually reliable here. And the other bank of elevators. The main thing about Shoreline is that there's a transit hub on the top floor of its parking garage. And looks to be a relatively basic but serviceable hub. Right here, it'll serve Swift Blue when that gets extended down here, which I'll do a video on. And currently, it's not being used by anything for another 2 weeks. So tonight it's being used as catering and maybe some layover. Over here, this is where all the metro buses will start and stop. And don't know why they decided to actually make an entirely new bus bay on Swift Blue for drop-offs only, but that's CT for ya. They still haven't put in the signs though for this hub. Somehow. Anyway, one more thing is that the paratransit bay is a little small, and I doubt some Swift operators will be happy about having to go around paratransit operations. Also, funny. Guys getting obliterated. Oh well. Anyway, these Orca card readers are not in service. That's why they have caution tape around them, of course. Because nothing will come here in the next 2 weeks. So for now, this is just a white appendix. Virtually useless for the time being until something comes into effect. Anyway, heading back over to exit A. There's two Orca readers over there, and several community transit buses. 10 heading down to Seattle. that are now being made redundant for the next 2 weeks.
Traveling with luggage, bicycles, or strollers, please use the elevator when traveling to the station.
The announcements are also pretty loud as well. And they've also added Lime bikes here too. So that's nice, I guess. Anyway, these TOD developments, they'll be good. They'll be good on working down on the riders. Anyway, these stairs look to be well lit enough. Parapet area looks to be well placed. And I just missed the elevator. Great. In the meantime, let's see that I-5 traffic in action, shall we?
One line to Lynnwood City Center.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding. One line to Maple Lake Station now arriving. Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding.
PA in the elevator, that's a nice touch. This looks to be a nice time point for light rail, and ooh, that's a good shot. That's a very good shot. I'm gonna wait for the other train to pull before I continue this review. In fact, it's right there. On second thought, never mind. Somebody's already taken that shot. Oh, look, another gaggle of foamers. Hi there. As this train leaves Shoreline, I am noticing the possibility of... I'm noticing some possibilities of people who might want to bend the rules a bit for their favor in terms of fares, considering that there's only a single bar between the actual light rail itself and the actual pedestrian path. There seems to be some ground thingamajigs, probably for seating, I don't know. And another information kiosk, emergency telephones, and these, and for whatever reason they put the elevator for this side in the parking garage itself. So you're gonna need to walk a little further to transfer. These stairs look fine as is. And these announcements are scary when in the parking garage. And I don't know why they closed that entrance, and I'm too lazy to look. Besides, this video's gonna run long anyway. No matter. Apparently there's a basement to this parking garage. I don't think they need it, let's be real. Because other stations can take the parking impact away. Anyway, art credit, over there. Don't know if you can read it, but it's Mary's Garden by Octavia Lechung. Mary's Garden by Octavia Lechung. Octavia's Garden by Mary Lechung. If I had a nickel for every bleep cut I had to do for this video, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's rare that it's happened twice.
No matter.
Floor 2.
That elevator ride was a 6 out of 10 for the record. Did its job. Okay, enough. Now there's bike share parking, highway overpass. Not very good connection between the two, especially with the much less wide sidewalk. A bus stop here with a dead bus there. And one final elevator review to end today off. There we go. Only had to press it 8 times for it to work. Oh yeah, these stairs, they finally have some dirt. Finally. I pressed the close button. Thank you. I think this one's going to be a 6 out of 10 again, for the record. I was correct. It's 6 out of 10. And now a small crawl space to access the tunnel area behind the stairs. And yeah, that's one full revolution of the station done. Overall, it's a nice, serviceable neighborhood station that is built for local people, intended for local use only, and it does the job well. Only downside is there's no bathrooms or water fountains, but then again, it's only like 2 stations that have them anyway. I'll give this station, Shoreline North, a 7 out of 10. Now to catch the next train down.
5268.
You will be saved for another time, you difficult garage. Anyway, here's Shoreline. Decals are up and about, and the platform is very narrow. Considering it's a local station and not too much of a hub, I can give it a slight pass, but still does feel a little bit precarious. No matter. Looks like on the northbound side there is there's an exit kind of like the ones at Lynnwood and Mountlake, excuse me. And at the very end of the platform there's a small hidey hole area, which I'll look through real quick, and the elevator. Very cool, very nice. Only one way in, one way out, but that's not too bad. And the elevator, 7 out of 10, does its job.
There's the North Raider, and the current bus bay that's being used, that will be in use in 2 weeks, is currently a block party area, which I gotta say is a good use for the space tonight, but not in the future. Anyway, there's bike lockers like the ones at Lynnwood, and restrooms that specifically say transit rider. There's a Metro information kiosk with full Morgan details, of course. And this is where several routes will terminate or go through. More restrooms, some for operators, and more restrooms, more and staff mess, bike areas, small security area, and another information kiosk, this time at the other end. It's a fairly, there's a bit of a walk through Shoreline South and the actual light rail itself that some people may find to be a little annoying because it's not covered. But then again, it's Seattle. Seattle likes to deal with rain. Well, not likes to deal with rain, but anyway. And elevator time. I meant water fountain time, actually. Why am I doing this? Oh well, it's good. 7 out of 10. Nowadays, it's time for the elevator. Shoreline South looks to be the major bus hub of the area. And this elevator, again, looks to be pretty small. Unfortunately, the PA speakers in this elevator don't seem to be working. So, points off for that. There's the counterweight there. Well, not exactly counterweight, but still. It's a piston. It's a piston. I like pistons. So, points on for that. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. And overall, this station looks to be... This station is primed for greatness. However, it's tiny, like bite-sized. It feels a little precarious to walk up, so for that, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'll probably revise my rating later, but that's what I'm feeling right now. Anyway, that should be it. Except for that garage, which I'll review another day.
6 months later.
Hi again. It is way too long after the original recording date of the video where I interject and finally tackle that parking garage over there. It's the middle of March. The fares are already different, and as you can tell, new service has been implemented and another link extension is just a couple months away. So, if you couldn't tell, production on these videos is still a nightmare. Anyway, on to the garage, which still is not covered. Yeah. Which, as I've said several months back, is annoying, but Seattleites beget Seattleites. It is currently Comic-Con weekend, which means, uncharacteristically for this station, there are lots of cars in the garage. A Sounders game might help with that as well. And from what I can tell, it's a bog standard garage. Anyway, trying to sort out these elevators several months after they opened, just like I did in South Bellevue, is fun. Anyway, what I did in South Bellevue was not several months after, but I digress. Looks pretty lightly used, and pretty similar to a lot of the other elevators around here. A little quiet on the beepers. Might confuse some people with ADA stuff. Like, oh my goodness, I accidentally hit the wrong level. But then again, these buttons light up, as I've already shown you earlier, for just a little second. Oh well, no matter. Anyway, I'm gonna give that elevator a 7 out of 10. Sure, it's functional. And Jesus Christ, it's windy. Unfortunately, the very top level of this parking garage sucks. I'm gonna be real. It's just this terrace over here, plus this small hill, all of which is blocked by massive concrete palisades, meaning you can't even foam very well up here. And even if you can, that's a good view, but if you're a short person, you can't get to it. I'm 5'7", and my head only just barely gets to the top of that. Big yikes. And an even bigger yikes thanks to all of the wind. But hey, on the bright side, there's at least a covered view towards the newly christened Pinehurst Station, or formerly known as the Northeast 130th Street Infill Station. I still maintain that they should drop these street names for these shoreline stations. And I don't know why they didn't do that like the Bellevue stations. Anyway, back to August me. Hey, Metro. Gotta be honest, your facilities management people are almost as bad as me in terms of updating.